How y'all doing? My name is Calvin Estrada. I'm a business marketing major at Sam Houston State University, and this is my junior year. First off, I want to start off with a question. How many of y'all do y'all know someone that works 40 plus hours a week and isn't getting paid fairly because of their salary? It's been a problem for over 40 years here in the United States, but this past May, the Obama administration and the Department of Labor has changed the overtime rule of the Fair Labor Standards Act, and it can affect over 4.2 million Americans in the United States. Today, I'd like to go in depth on this overtime rule change and how it affects employees and its employers. First, I want to talk about the rule change. So, according to the Department of Labor website, the salary threshold rate was raised from $23,660 to $47,476, which is double the current salary threshold. With this raise, it'll strengthen the overtime protection for these employees that have been working overtime hours and not been getting paid the amount that they're supposed to be getting. And this will also possibly increase their salary. Like I said before, 4.2 million workers will be affected by this in the United States. It's a huge impact to our workforce, and the salaried workers that fall into this category will be getting plenty of benefits from it. The rule change enhances protection to these workers who exceed 40 hours a week, and their salary isn't getting them enough money to. Basically, if these people are working 40 hours a week, their salary isn't equaling the amount that they would if they were working a minimum wage job. I know a couple of my friends who are actually struggling from this right now, working 60 plus hours a week, and their salary isn't equivalent to what they would be making if they were working a minimum wage job. According to Jeanne Sahadi from CNN, employers that have these options to fit the requirements for the new rule change. Employers have the option of paying time and a half for overtime. So basically, if you work a lower level managerial job and are in between the salary threshold of $23,000 and $47,000, you'll be getting paid time and a half for every hour you spend. Every time you work 40 plus hours a week. The second option employers have is giving a small raise to these employees. So let's just say you're right under $47,000 a year. Your employer has the option of paying you over the threshold, just so they don't have to pay you overtime. The third option that employers have is no increase in pay, but the limit of hours. So let's say you don't necessarily get an increase in pay, but you'll never work 40 hours a week because of the new rule, and if you do, then you get paid overtime. This only works for if you're a lower level managerial job, working a lower level managerial job, and you're on a salary base. This rule change diminishes the possibility of salaried workers getting paid less than minimum wage, and although it's great for workers, it holds a huge challenge for small businesses in America. The biggest challenge that it holds is for small businesses is adjusting the rules so suddenly. This past May was when the rule was revised, and it will be in effect December 1st, which gives hardly any time for small businesses to figure out how to adjust their time and their money for their employees. If they decide to keep the salaries the same, which most of them probably will, they're going to have to track hours and make sure that anybody that exceeds overtime gets paid for what they work. But they also have the option of hiring more employees so that they don't have people exceeding 40 hours a week. And this will cause a dissatisfaction to those employees who aren't getting the number of hours they want. It's a struggle for small business owners, but this rule change is vital for the middle class of America. There's too many people that are not getting paid for what they deserve, and there needs to be justice for it. And in conclusion, the rule change is a huge milestone for the middle class. People will finally get paid for what they deserve. And although this could lead to some challenges for small businesses, I believe that one day this could, be a huge step for the United States workforce. And, we're going to eventually be working, so this is a huge step for us too. Thank you.